Welcome to the HR Happy Hour Work Break. You are here with Trish and Steve and our good friend Wendy Muirhead from Ceridian. Hi, everyone.
Hey, Trish.
Hi, Steve. Hi, Trish. Thanks for having me here today.
Thank you for joining us.
I think our first international guest on the Work Break, Trish. I believe that's true. We've had guests occasionally, never one outside the U.S., I think.
I know, and I'm excited. You know why? Because this is a little bit earlier in the U.S. for us doing it. But Wendy, why don't you tell everyone where you are right now and why this really is like a work break, even a happy hour break, maybe.
It is genuinely happy hour time here in the UK. So I'm based just outside of Glasgow in Bonnie, Scotland, as they say. And it is genuinely this time of the day. Everyone would normally be piling out the offices and piling into the bars before heading home. So unfortunately, the pandemic was a bit of a stop on that with everyone working virtually just now. But I'm so delighted to meet you guys and to be here to spend a bit of time with you today.
Yeah, it's great. Late November in Scotland. I got to believe it's bright, sunny, warm, beautiful today, maybe.
I wish, Steve. I wish. No, it is. In fact, it was funny. I was on a call earlier on today, and it was an international call with people from all over Europe and all over the UK and the US. And it's typical rainy, dreich weather, as we would like to say in the west of Scotland. It's been miserable all day. It's dark outside, but you know what? That's typical Scottish weather. What they say, guys, is that if you have a nice weekend where it's sunny and hot in Scotland, there's the summer gone.
Really?
True story.
So I've always wanted to visit Scotland. I've been to the UK many times, never to Glasgow, never to Scotland at all, as a matter of fact. So I'm just like, as soon as this pandemic is over, like, I just cannot wait to just get on a plane and go like everywhere. I am never going to take travel for granted again. I don't know about you two, but.
I know. Well, you are so welcome, because you'll find that you don't get a warm reception like you do in the west of Scotland. It's like the warmest, friendliest people. So they'll take you in at the drop of a hat. So you are very welcome. And we do like our whiskey as well. So you want to definitely try those distilleries.
Okay. So can I ask a whiskey question? Because I recently started, maybe in the last year, started actually figuring out I like whiskey. I think there's so many different types and little, nuances to each one. What is your favorite whiskey? And are you more of like drinking it straight on the rocks, or do you like to mix it? Like, coming from someone from Scotland, who knows, like, what's the best way for someone who's just kind of getting into it?
So my husband's the whiskey drinker, and there's a big tradition that we have at New Year where you have a quaich and you share the quaich amongst everyone. So you get a really smoky whiskey and share that amongst everyone that's in the party. And it takes your eyebrows off. So it wouldn't be something I'd recommend. But it's fun.
Right?
Well, it's interesting because my favorite's more of a bourbon. I'm more of a Jack Daniels kind of gentleman's Jack bourbon kind of girl over a Scotch whiskey. But my husband, he is a Scotch whiskey boy. So we have a bit of a blend. But I would definitely recommend you try the smoky and you try the sort of more mild versions.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, right? We're talking here, like the Americans here think, oh, I want to get into these whiskeys. Right. I want to try them. I like Irish whiskey. I hope that doesn't offend our friend from Scotland here. But but you want the bourbon, right? Which is an American product, right? Mm-hmm. And technically, right? Bourbon is made in a very specific way using very specific ingredients and it's basically made only here in the US and then exported around the world.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And as I say, my husband's such a big fan. Like, we still have 3-liter bottles that we bought when we were over in the States that now saves all of our change that our children find down the side of the sofa. So there's more Jack Daniels in this house than there is actual whiskey. So there's a Muirhead secret.
Sounds like my kind of house, honestly. Yeah.
I love it. Well, listen, hey, why don't we talk a little bit? I know it's a work break, but we want to talk a little bit about work. Obviously, you are with Ceridian and obviously overseas. Can you maybe just talk a little bit about, what's going on in the world of work there? Obviously, we're all on lockdown here as well, just like you all are, but what is kind of the sentiment there from some of your customers? What are you doing there at Ceridian to kind of help them? What's kind of the status?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, first of all, I'm Wendy Muirhead, and I look after the European division of Ceridian. So I lead the growth strategy and the customer experience here at Ceridian. And there's never been a situation like this. There's tested shared service centers, payroll, or as the HR community. And I'm really proud of what we've done at Ceridian because immediately at the time that the pandemic hit, we had a really amazing technology platform in Dayforce that we could actually start to utilize the COVID monitor and help our customers. And that was one of the things that really quickly, I mean, we're a global business, and we, pulled us all into virtual working and did that across the world pretty immediately, and did that really successfully. I mean, we had customers that were right in the middle of implementation, just about to go live. And actually, it was so successful that a number of our customers really raved about they couldn't have survived the pandemic without Dayforce. And that just demonstrates how important technology is and how it can help organizations to survive. And even for families to communicate with each other at the moment, like we all have to do it through this 2D environment. And, I can't wait for Trish to come over and I get to see her in person when she comes to Scotland. But I mean, the couple of things that we did immediately was, we looked at our people and how can we make sure that we best support our people with, having kids at home and balancing work and life and trying to make sure that we support our customers. And actually, a lot of the tools that we developed, we actually released to the open market. So our customers had access to those materials to help them. We released it to partners and to prospect organizations that weren't even talking to Ceridian. And, even my husband's work and other members of our friends and family have utilized the resources that we've shared to the market. So it makes me really proud to be at Ceridian and all the things that we've done and continue to do for our customers. So it's been a journey, but it's been one that I see that we've all pulled together.
That's great. I think it's interesting too, like you said, you are a global business. And so you do have kind of all of that innovation, all those ideas kind of working together anyway. And you're right. I've definitely heard stories here as well of people who may not have even been Ceridian customers who were taking full advantage of all of the offerings that you all were putting out kind of just to everyone, right? Because like you said, it's more about just kind of coming together in a time of need, more than even necessarily being a customer, right? And that's building those relationships in times of stress and trouble often lead later on, to becoming that person or that organization's trusted advisors anyway. So, yeah.
And I think, I mean, I've seen it more and more, especially with all the different job retention schemes and all the different furlough legislation. And it's different in every part of Europe. And I know that it's been impacted in North America and in other parts of the world as well. But certainly in Europe, it's challenged to stay on top of it, especially as, we have different rules in Scotland to what we have our friends down south in England have got. So it's been really confusing to keep on top of that. And if I've heard it once, I've heard it a dozen times from my payroll community where they spend their Sunday night reading up on the new legislation and how they can make that happen in the technology that they're using. So as I say, when you hear customers that get on stage and share their stories and they share, how it's made, Dayforce has been how they've communicated to their people, to tell them that the office is shut, to encourage them to go back to work, to make sure that they feel that they're communicated to the whole time. And, to know that and that we've made a little difference in somebody's experience really matters a huge amount to how we want to, support our customers in this space.
Yeah. Can I ask a question that's sort of work related, but not exactly this topic? Because it's interesting to me. I have such a narrow view of the world, and I've been all over the world, Trisha as well. We've been everywhere, but still I think about this. I've never asked anybody this. Here's the question. It's Thanksgiving week here in the US. Thanksgiving, big holiday here. It's Thursday. Most of the country takes Thursday off, and most take Friday off as well. What happens for like people working for a kind of a North American US centric company when everybody in the US is off? Like what happens, Wendy, on Thursday for you? Is it just a normal day at the office or at the home office?
Honestly, I spent a lot of my career working for North American headquartered businesses. And normally when it's Thanksgiving, we all go, woohoo, we get a bit of a rest. We can get on with our day job and check our email and get some work done. Actually, because a lot of our management team are based in Canada, it's not going to be that way. So
Mm.
the diaries are full, and it, like it's always great to take time to spend time with your family. And I know I get the impression that Thanksgiving is even more of an important holiday than Christmas in the States. Am I hearing that right? Have I picked that up correctly?
I think in some ways it is, yeah.
I think it is because it's not a religious-based holiday, and so it really is inclusive of everyone. Whereas, Christmas, some people celebrate it, some do not. Some have other, religious holidays they celebrate in December, and so or in January. And and Thanksgiving is just that time to really pause and be grateful. And so I don't know, it's kind of an extra special holiday. At least for me, it's probably my favorite. And we get good food.
I was just going to say, especially this year as well, this is the year that you've actually just got to really be grateful for everyone's health and everyone's well. And even because I've heard that some of my colleagues in North America are kind of like getting on Zoom family meetings where they're doing a family dinner all on Zoom, and they're all preparing different courses and dropping them outside each other's houses to still try and have that family engagement, even though they're in lockdown. So, I can see as we're starting to get Black Friday over in the UK, won't be long before we'll be putting our Christmas tree up early and then Thanksgiving too. Watch this space. There could be a UK Thanksgiving soon. But no, I think it's a beautiful time just to take that opportunity to say thank you to everybody who's and be appreciative for everyone that's in your life and helps you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're right too about the, even whether it's Christmas holiday or whatever you're celebrating, I feel like we're all like craving to do things like that early. I know I've already got my trees up and not everything else is done, but you already feel a little more calm. Things are a little cozier. It feels just like a big, I don't know, like I've just taken a big deep breath when I've been holding it for a long time. So I don't know, hopefully everyone else is starting to find ways to do the same.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And actually, I was desperate to put my tree up like some of my American colleagues last week at the weekend, but it's my son's birthday tomorrow. So I'm banned from putting the tree up until Saturday.
Nice.
After his birthday celebrations, then we can put the Christmas tree up.
And how old is your son going to be?
He's going to be 11. It's my middle son. So he's going to be 11. So, big birthday tomorrow.
Let's wish him a happy birthday here live globally, right? Like, this is good.
Amazing. Thank you.
And happy giving birthday, Mom. That's an important day for moms too.
Yeah, there'll be a glass of wine toasted to me at the end of the day.
Well, good. Well, Steve, any other quick stories? I know we're just about finished. Anything else we need to mention today?
No, I just have one real quick. I've been holding this card for a while. I meant to mention it when the news came out. I was really happy to see the CVS Health, Trish, huge medical company here in the U.S., number 5 on the Fortune 500 list. Global company, has about $257 billion in revenue. It's just a massive, massive company. They recently announced that Karen Lynch will be the new CEO effective in February, making her the leader of the largest company in the world led by a woman CEO. So kudos to CVS Health. I wanted to mention that. It's been on my list for a while. And that's pretty exciting. There's still not enough women leading Fortune 500 or Fortune 1000 companies, but that's the biggest one so far. Will be in February. So shout out to them.
Great news. Congratulations to CVS and Karen. Good stuff. Well, listen, why don't we, I think we need to probably wrap this up. Wendy, it has been so nice getting to talk with you and share you with the world here. So hopefully you have a very nice holiday season coming up. And feel free to come back on the show anytime.
Feel free to celebrate Thanksgiving on Thursday if you want.
I will do. We send a special turkey message to you both.
Good stuff. All right. Well, listen, thanks everyone for listening and watching as always. Be sure to catch us here every single day for your work break and follow us on HR Happy Hour and follow all the HR Happy Hour Network shows. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.